Hilltop Zoo Series 1 Animal Grade School Children's Trip to Space Story by Kumiko Inoue Picture by Hikari Araki Translated by Yumi and Eisu Willis Chapter 1 Hilltop Zoo Hilltop Zoo is located on a rolling hill. You can see all the animals enjoying their lives as you walk down the path along the slope from the main square. Needless to say, the most popular animal in the zoo are the elephants. It is so adorable to see the baby elephant Zoe following his mother, the entertainer, around. At the top of the hill, the prairie dogs pop out of their holes and look around restlessly. There are many grandpas and grandmas who are impressed by their good posture. The capybaras were finally added to the animals because people like soothing things nowadays. The carrier pigeon, Hatopi, was the first to bring the news to the animals. The warm, pleasant breeze of spring sways the beautiful striped mane of Ms. Shimano, the zebra. Looking across the other side, over the children, Ms. Shimano suddenly muttered, "The construction in the middle of the hill is about finished. I wonder when they are moving over. I hear it's the capybaras." Just then, Hatopi flew over and said, "Miss Shimano, it's the transfer student. A little capybara girl named Rose is moving here with her grandpa. It's a message from the zoo in the city." "My Hatopi, thank you for coming all the way. So it's Rose and her grandpa. Please tell them we are looking forward to seeing them. Oh, by the way, can you tell everybody this news on your way back?" "Hey, everyone, we have a transfer student. A transfer student. It's Rose the capybara with her grandpa," shouted Hatopi as he flew back. After a few days, the construction was done and the capybara hot spring was completed. Rose and her grandpa moved in as Hatopi had said. Watching the capybaras relax in the hot springs soon became a popular activity at the zoo. Chapter 2 Animal Night School The reason the animals lived in the zoo was to have people see their everyday lives. They have to think of many ways to please the visitors. So when night comes, the animal children are very relieved and they look forward to going to the Animal Night School. The school is in the zebra square at night, and Ms. Shimano, the zebra, is the teacher. The capybaras who moved in are getting used to life in the zoo. So tonight, they will be discussing the upcoming field trip. Just then, Hatopi flew in a rush. "Miss, listen! Zoe was hurt." Zoe came dragging his legs, helped by Puri and Doki, the prairie dogs. He had fallen. "Oh my goodness! What happened, dear?" asked Mrs. Shimano with a worried look on her face. Zoe said hesitantly, "I was strep training every day because all the guests were going to the capybara hot spring instead of coming over to my place." Puri and Doki said wonderingly, "Isn't that because that's the route?" But Zoe was not listening. "So?" asked Mrs. Shimano, urging to Zoe to continue. "I thought if I could do some performance like Mom, then the guests would linger around, so I was practicing very hard. Rose and Grandpa are popular, but all they do is sit in the hot spring. I have been trying very hard, and now I've hurt myself. I can't take it anymore. I'm done." Suddenly, Rose spoke up. "I don't want to be told that. We were told they'd prepare a hot spring that works for Grandpa's back pain, so we moved from the city to the countryside." There was an awkward silence. Grandpa spoke up to clear the air. "That being said, since I came here, my back pain has improved a lot thanks to the hot spring." Chapter 3. This year's field trip. Then Ms. Shimano said as she remembered, "Oh yes, we were going to discuss about the field trip tonight. Zoe is hurt and Grandpa has back pain, so we won't be able to go far. Where should we go?" Puri and Doki suggested a place with a nice view. After all, it feels good to have a nice view. Hatopi said he's sorry nobody had wings. Otherwise, they would be able to fly anywhere they liked. "I'm terribly sorry for causing you trouble," apologized Zoe. "What are you saying? Sometimes bad things happen. That's life. It's all give and take," said Miss Shimano. As the night went on, the stars began to twinkle brightly in the sky. Grandpa and Rose said unanimously, "In any case, the stars in the countryside are so beautiful. We can see much more than in the city." "Hey, look! It's the shooting star! Where? Where?" Everyone was excited to see the stars. Then Ms. Shimano clapped her hooves and said, "That's it! It's decided!" "What are you saying all of a sudden?" asked Ducky. "This year's field trip will be a trip to space." "What?" shouted everyone. "No way! That's impossible! Some animals are hurt and can't travel far," objected Hatopi. "That's why we are going to space. You see, the Earth has gravity," answered Miss Shimano teasingly. Puri understood right away. "Oh, I see. Since the space is zero gravity, you can float around. Am I right, Miss?" Ms. Shimano replied happily. Yes, that's my student. You are very smart. I see, said everyone. Grandpa was impressed. That's a good idea, he said. But how exactly can we go to space? Rose asked anxiously. Why, don't worry, replied Miss Shimano. If you jump just in time with the approach of the comet tonight, you should be able to catch it and go for a good ride. The important thing is to be sure to hold on tightly so you don't get separated. All right, let's go! Everyone hurriedly grabbed each other's hands. All right, take a deep breath. Are you ready? Shouted Miss Shimano. Everyone answered, Yeah, let's go! Chapter 4. The Blue Jewel in the Jet Black Universe. That's how the field trip for the animal grade school this year started. Countless stars were twinkling in the endless universe of jet black darkness. There was one exceptionally beautiful blue star shining brightly among them. It was breathtakingly beautiful, and everyone was speechless. That's the earth we live on, explained Miss Shimano. Wow, it's like a blue jewel. It's the most beautiful star. Yes, the earth is the most beautiful and special planet. Special? What does that mean? Miss Shimano continued. The earth is made so the animals and the people can all live comfortably. By the way, when we came to the zoo, I noticed there were hot springs and a place to sleep, everything we needed, Rose recalled it. That's because the people at the zoo prepared everything and were waiting for you, Rose and Grandpa, to come. It was the same with us too, said Puri. Well, does that mean somebody made the earth for us? Asked Hatopi. Who on earth would do that? Everyone's doubts were only deepening. Grandpa mumbled, Whoever created this big thing must be huge. Miss Shimano looked at each one as she talked. God created this earth so all kinds of creatures can live together. The sun, the moon, the stars, the universe and everything in them. Is that right? This is amazing! Incredible! Said everyone unanimously. Come on! It's time to go back to the earth. Everyone, hold on tight. Let's go home. Chapter 5. To the Zebra Square Again. Everyone was still thinking about what they had seen and experienced as they came back to the earth and to the animal grade school. After landing safely, and while everyone was still in amazement of their trip, Zoe hesitantly started to talk. On my way back, I saw something. What did you see? I saw a glowing elephant. Then I was back. Oh, that? If that's the case, it shines every year around this season. We can see it really well because we live on top of the hill, said Puri and Doki. Huh? Grandpa and Rose also said, That reminds me. The people in the zoo were talking about that earlier. Yes, they said it was about time to light the candles, so let's check it. I'm getting hard of hearing, so I didn't hear it clearly, but I think they mentioned it was someone's birthday. Hatopi recalled. Oh yeah, the main square of this zoo is in the shape of an elephant. I see. The candle lights are lit alongside that shape, so that's why it looks like a glowing elephant, said Puri. Zoe was completely speechless. Zoe, tomorrow is your birthday, isn't it? Happy birthday! You were the first elephant baby born in this zoo, so everyone was overjoyed. That's why on your first birthday, we celebrated with a candlelight. What a wonderful story, said Rose. Zoe learned about the candlelight for his first time. I never dreamed they were doing this much for me. And here I thought the guest popularity had shifted to Rose and the capybaras, and I was frustrated. I'm very sorry for saying terrible things about Grandpa without knowing all the facts. Please forgive me. It's okay. Now you know. I'm relieved the misunderstanding is cleared, said Hatopi. About that, Puri and Doki began to talk. We're on the top of the hill, so we can see everything in the zoo. Zoe, did you know the route in this zoo is one way? What? No, I didn't know that. I've never been to the top either. The two continued. What we mean is, the guests that come to the main square through the zoo gate go to the zoo square first. Then they go to the zebra square where Mizushimano is, and when they go up to the hill, Rose and Grandpa added, where the capybara are in the hot spring. If they go up a little more and get to the top of the hill, that's where we are. The guests can enjoy the wonderful view. Of course, you can see the zoo square and the zebra square too, added Hatopi. Then you come down the hill, and the course takes you back to the main square through the acorn forest. So, Zoe's face brightened up. I got it. It's not that the popularity shifted. The guests were only following the course. That's right. How about becoming visitors and taking the course on our next field trip? Agreed, shouted everybody. When Grandpa asked Zoe and everyone to please stop by the capybara hot spring and take a good nice long break then. A bright laughter echoed high and loud in the starry sky. The end.